Hey y'all, welcome back to Floating Hands on the Internet. So today I want to look into Scott Swift. According to all the major news outlets, he had oh my god, I'm gonna fuck up this word, basically like a quadruple, quintuple, whatever, heart surgery. Really serious shit. He's actually kind of old, like he's 71, 72. So because he comes up a lot in our Taylor readings, I want to check in with him, his health, of course, wishing him happy and healthy recovery. That's Taylor's dad. That's somebody, that's a human being, so no hate or anything. But I just want to kind of check in with him, see where he's at, anything we should know, how's Taylor doing, etc. This is always for alleged and entertainment purposes only. No facts here, just crazy lady with floating hands on the internet. If you want a free reading from me, email me at floatinghandsoti@gmail.com. I believe the oldest request I have is 2 weeks, so I am going to be making my way through here soon. So expect an email from me. But yeah, so what we're going to do is just kind of, how is Scott Swift doing with his health? How's he feeling right now? I just feel like when you have a major surgery like that, and when you're 71 years old, there is this sense of, you think about your life. So I'm just curious to kind of see where his mindset is. So always for alleged, anytime purposes only, no facts here. So Scott Swift, how's he doing in life? Where's his head at? Okay. That's interesting. I'm sensing some regret with that 10 of cups in the reversal, because with the Lover's card in the upright like that, you could argue the Lover's card is about lovers, right? And sorry, this is so cattywampus. Let me straighten this out for y'all. That's about alignment. It's also about duality and balance, but when it's next to the 10 of cups like that, I don't think he feels, I think he might be having some regrets. And it's kind of what I was intuitively feeling earlier about how when you go through a near-death experience, or you have something as, like heart surgery at that age, I think you start to think about your life and your choices. You know what? That's about balance, but honestly, he might be reflecting on his life. And I know him and Andrea are divorced, I believe, but I feel like, but they still show up for their daughter. So I wonder if he kind of is thinking about, because notice this is like the happily ever after card. There's 2 children. They do, Scott Swift does have 2 children. So I think he is thinking about his life and thinking about, I think he has some regrets. This just gives heavy regret onto me. That King of Swords is in the upright, which is like an intellectual. I think he's struggling with heart and logic, right? Because that card is about alignment and about love, right? And over here is the King of Swords, which is like the intellectual. This is a fight between heart and mind, logic and love. And in the reversal, I think it's about his family. Could he potentially be kind of regretting how, nope, we don't want to do that. How he has been, what he's done in his life, if any of the stuff is true. I think he has some regrets about his family, especially regarding Andrea. I'm not going to lie. And the Judgment card in the reversal. I'm hearing the song I Should Have Bought You Flowers. Yeah, that's him. He's the King of Cups. He's a Pisces. So yeah, the Judgment card's in the reversal, which is about self-doubt and resentment. I think it's like you're clinging to the past, you're repeating old patterns. The 8 of Cups is in the reversal. You're again avoiding change. And then the King of Cups is in the reversal. That's him. That's about emotional instability. I wonder if this gave him kind of a scare, because it's giving heavy, like life review, thinking about the past, you know what movie that's popping into my mind is the movie Click by Adam Sandler, where he gets to go through his life with a remote, and then he gets to the end of his life where his parents end up dying, and it kind of guts him, and he gets to go back in time and live his life knowing that information with that perspective. Yeah, the Knight of Cups in the reversal, the King of Wands in the reversal, the Ace of Wands. I'm hearing that song Start All Over by Miley Cyrus. I was not expecting this because Scott Swift, I mean, he's pretty cool. I mean, from what I've heard, he's pretty cold, but I think that's like things not working out the way that you expected them to. You know, wanting perfection and not getting it. It's also about emotional immaturity. The King of Wands is in the reversal. I think that's Taylor. She's a Sag. That's fire and fire. It's in the reversal. I think he might regret kind of, I mean, he might, I'm picturing somebody taking rose-colored glasses off, so he might feel kind of bad or kind of realize the power that he's held over her. I mean, do I think that Scott Swift is a good man? No, for alleged intent personally, I don't. But I do think he's really, and you know what? I think it might be a little bit selfish because like, notice how like this is like emotional immaturity and kind of like not giving any love, and it's next to the King of Wands, which is Taylor. So I think he's definitely rethinking his life decisions now. It's giving more so on his wife, in my opinion, than Taylor. I think he's thinking about, because I'm picturing like The Good Place, where they think they're in heaven, but they're actually in their own version of hell. So I wonder if he's facing his mortality. Yeah, because that's about like new opportunities, and it's fire. It's a wand, so I wonder if he's just kind of doing a inventory. I get heavy. I keep on hearing the song "I Should Have Bought You Flowers," so I don't know why I feel like he regrets something with Andrea. I mean, I know they're friends, I believe, like they went to Taylor's tour, so I'm not sure about that, but I definitely think with that Knight of Cups in the reversal, it's like expectations not being met. I'm not happy with myself, and I think he's battling like what his version of logic is, which is making money versus love. So that's just that's what I'm picking up on. Let's pull some cards for I guess, you know what, we can check and see how Andrea's feeling, or I guess I can ask, how is Andrea and Scott Swift's relationship at this current moment in time for alleged and entertainment purposes only? What's the relationship like? There's tension regarding money, which to me means Taylor. There's some pessimism again, but they're holding on to each other. You know what I was never a Friends watcher, but the whole "you're my lobster" thing, I think they just, whether or not they stay together, it doesn't really matter, but I think they're fighting about Taylor. With the Sun card in the reversal, I wonder if it's like not wanting her not to be in the spotlight. I wonder if they don't love how much she's in the spotlight, or I wonder if that's how Andrea's feeling. And Knight of Cups is in the reversal, which we already pulled, and that's about, you know, it's stagnation. So I think they just have a lot of history together, but I do think they fight. I mean, they got divorced, so duh. Page of Pentacles in the reversal, not getting what you manifested. Yeah, but there's the Two of Cups. Yeah, I mean, the Page of Pentacles is in the reversal, which is about having to like readjust your goals, lack of progress, something that you manifested and wanted didn't work out. The other Two of Cups, which is about unionship, because I mean, for the relationship, for like a lover, you'd pull, I mean, it could be the Two of Cups, obviously, that's a unionship, a partnership, but it's like giving more business deal. And then you have the Strength card, which is about lacking confidence. That's overcoming obstacles. It's in the reversal. It's like you're feeling uncomfortable. I think there's a vulnerability that they have with each other. I do think that they're fighting, though, because that's about tension. I think that's about Taylor. I don't know if they love or when I say they, I mean, I think Andrea might not love the path she's going down. They're thinking about the past. But that's like things not panning out the way that you wanted them to, especially with money. You know, they have this partnership, but it's lacking in confidence. Yeah, she's a Capricorn, that's her, but that's also just like toxicity. They're fighting. I think there's a reason they got divorced, you guys. I mean, the Devil card, that is her. She is a Capricorn, I believe. But it's in the upright, which is about, you know, sabotage. Capricorn in astrology, this also means pessimistic. And then you have the Five of Wands in the upright. That's about competition, rivalry, you're fighting. And then you have the Nine of Swords in the reversal, which is about hopelessness and despair. Yeah, so I just, honestly, I think that they, why do I keep on hearing the song The One That Got Away? I don't know, I just feel kind of regret on his part with her. I'm not gonna lie. I think they fight about money. I think they fight about Taylor, but I think they've been together for so long. It's like, look at these chains. They're chained together. That's how I kind of feel. If they do fight, there's some anxiety, some worrying. I mean, that's, you know, he's the mother of her children, so I totally get that. We'll end this with, how is Taylor feeling? Because I know I've done plenty of readings on them, and Scott Swift, for legendary purposes only, is not the best person, and I'm not the only one who does tarot readings on him, so y'all can go check that out. But yeah, I think he's just thinking about his life, and he's really focusing on his marriage, and I mean his marriage, his ex-wife, kind of like what went wrong there. Yeah, I'm hearing Taylor's song, I Still Got Love For You. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, there are people out there who don't give a shit about the mother or the father of their children if they get divorced. You know, they make it messy, they don't care about the kids, but I don't think that's them. As awful as he might be, I think, you know, and you could argue that's about money, but I think that they, yeah, I'm picturing like penguins. Don't penguins mate for life? I just don't think they worked out together in a marriage, but I think he's always going to have feelings for her. And I feel like the divorce, I don't know why they got divorced, but I'm inclined to believe that Andrea initiated it. That's my opinion. So let's end this with, how does Taylor feel about her dad at this moment for legend and purposes only? What's the energy around her dad? Truly. Aww. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the Queen of Cups, that's, I mean, she loves her dad. The Queen of Cups is like a loving, nurturing card. It is next to the Two of Pentacles, which is the card that I pulled for her mother as well. So I think her and her mom are kind of more so aligned. I mean, we knew that. And that's about it. I mean, that makes sense. Like, that's about tension, feeling unbalanced. And then you have the Four of Cups in the reversal, which is about kind of being stuck in a mood, but it's about the attention. I think Taylor's unpacking her childhood trauma. And when I say childhood, I mean the past 20 years. But she loves, I mean, I just heard we're a team. Three of Cups, releasing heartbreak. I think, you know what, guys? I think she's going to be the Queen of Wands. I think she could be working towards healing, because that Three of Cups is about togetherness, celebrating, collaborating, and Cups are about love. The Three of Swords is in the reversal, which is about releasing heartbreak, releasing pain. It's giving heavy. I'm thinking about my childhood. Because notice how, like, this card is like, I mean, it's three women and they have their cups, right? But her brother was never really in the picture, and so it was just the three of them kind of against the world. And I think she's kind of reflecting back on her childhood to be like, I want to release this. thinking about my past. Like, she definitely has love for him, but I think it's, yeah, I'm hearing Avril Lavigne's song, Why You Gotta Be So Complicated. And the Queen of Wands, yeah, I think, yeah, she's kind of doubting. There's some doubt there because she's the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is water and fire. Water is her dad, he's a Pisces. Fire is her, she's a Sag. So I think there's some doubt there, but I think it's I'm hearing the song, it's complicated. The Queen of Pentacles, she wants to be there for her dad and nurture him and love him, but I just, you know, it's like kind of it's just giving heavy past. The Hierophant in the reversal. Yeah. I think Taylor might be doing the work. It could be. I think you know what? I'm being reminded of myself where it just takes me a minute to really cling on to something and to do something. So I think it's just taking her a minute. Yeah, because that's about moving. That's about embarking on a healing journey. And look at all these swords. It's like swords are about truth, right? And like this person has a child, but she's doing it in private. So I don't know if we'll ever hear about this healing journey for her, especially with that Hierophant in the reversal, because the Hierophant is about tradition, right? If you think about Taylor, she and I've been saying this for a while, and I think other people have too, is like, I think we're going to see a different side of Taylor when it comes to her music, not in a non-traditional, when I say non-traditional, I mean non-traditional for Taylor. But that's about a different path. And so I think that she is kind of figuring out who she wants to be, and I think it's going to be separating from her father, and kind of like, because the Hierophant is a traditional card. It's like, you set out this path for me and I'm going to follow it, but it's in the reversal. So I think there's a lot of love for her dad. I think it's complicated, but ultimately I think she is, I think she's silently trying to do the work. I just think it's like, I'm picturing a turtle try to get to their goal point. So it's just going to take her some time. So this is always for alleged entertainment purposes only. If you guys want a free reading from me, email me at floatinghandsot@gmail.com. And thank y'all so much for making it to this end of the video, and hope you guys have a lovely day whenever you see this.